Hello. So I thought I will capture this message um, while it's still fresh. Yeah, I just figured this out this morning. I was just lying down, Anantashanam, dreaming the world into existence and then thinking about things. And then I sat and then thought a little more further. And then I touched my ground, feet on the ground, and then thought some more further. So I thought I might as well just capture this because it's something worth thinking. Like posted the previous video, Secrets Hidden Within Shri Chakra. Like this is another aha moment here, or rather, this is from my suite of thinkings, services, coachings, solutions, products, solutions. So over time, as I'm thinking about the matter, it's like convection happening. And now this is the latest. And then there is still about how to get there. But let me just tell this. The Big Bang happened, yeah? And what I figured out is it seems like things went inside out, yeah? So we have the idea of physics, yeah? Um, it used to be called the Earth-centric model of the universe. And then they came to, Galileo discovered, there's a sun and Earth is going around. And then we came to heliocentric model of the universe. And I've been saying person-centric model of the universe. And I've been thinking, the universe is made in the image of man. So we have the idea of Shiva and all of that. Shiva, Shiva. There's the idea of Anantashanam, like in the movie Life of Pi. There's this image of a person lying down, and Pi goes in a boat to that island, and then during the day, all fine. Water all clear, beautiful. There are meerkats, yeah, meerkats, and then by the time when the sun's setting, yeah, the water gets acidic, and then he crouches onto one of the tree branches, and then in that he finds a flower with a tooth. I was thinking that's like. In the previous video, I spoke about Shri Chakra, where when you're drawing the entire image, the 16 petal is made from, you have to draw 32 lines. And then that's when you can draw the 16 petals. And that 32 is like tooth. Yeah. So you got to get the tooth, you got to have your tooth, your bite in the matter of things. Yeah. And that's not where the whole thing is. Yeah. Because this is a representation of the universe, let's just say. The universe is said to be about 13.7, 13.8, and now that they're talking, yeah. And here it's talking about 14. And I'm thinking there is 14 Brahmas. Yeah. And then there is idea of Dashavatara, Vishnu. There's this idea of Mohini. Yeah. In the Samudra Manthan, there's the idea of Mohini, where Vishnu takes the form of a woman, Mohini, and gives the Amrita formed from the Samudra Manthan to the Surs, not to the Asurs. So a little deception there. Deception. And in the whole thing, two people, Rahu, Ketu lose their head. Yeah. That's like I with the dot where you go into all hallucinations and all kinds of things. Yeah. So you could say a little endocannabinoids and hallucinations. So all related. Everything is related with everything. We're on planet Earth. So how is this whole story showing up? How's it panning out? So Mohini. So we have 14 there, and we have two circles of 10 plus 10. So that's like Dashavatara and Dashami. Yeah, 10 plus 10. So that way Mohini is covered. Vishnu as it's like the idea of Ardhanarishwar, kind of Shiva Parvati kind. But the idea of two in one or one in two kind, like male female. So that's the Vishnu. So we have the Brahma 14 and the Dashami Dashavatara. So that's 10 plus 10. And then inside there is a circle of 8. So you could say Maheshwara, or you could say Ashtalakshmi. Yeah. When we talk in terms of yoga, we have Ashtanga yoga. So Shiva is related with yoga. So when we talk in terms of Ashtanga yoga, so in this picture we have Brahma, Vishnu in 10 plus 10. and Mohini. Yeah. So you could get quite lost in the ideas and lose the whole construct. Yeah. You lose your head in the hallucinations. And then there is yoga, Ashtanga yoga. So Maheshwara, Shiva, let's just say Shiva. Yeah. And at the center, there is a triangle. Yeah. Here at the center, there's a triangle. That's, in my idea, that's Shri. Shri is a short form representation of health, wealth, wisdom. So triangle representing health, wealth, wisdom. Yeah. And then you have a dot in the center. And I've been thinking, I haven't drawn that picture. I removed it off. I thought I'll just, record this and then have this message be conveyed. So you have the thoughts that's possible from here begin to start working. We start working ideas from there. The idea is I was drawing my conscience. So there's a video, intro to my conscience, which I put up on my channel. That my conscience is inside the dot of the Shri Chakra. Yeah. Because it's having some basics. I'm talking about no buy, reduce, reuse, recycle, no waste, absolute. So that's also a basic. Basic. Yeah. It's 6. It's a set of 6. Yeah. I know I'm speaking fast. Okay. Okay. Now, my conscience has a set of basics, a lot of basics. Yeah. I've been saying we build castles in the air. We have lots of dreams. And then we need a basic, a foundation, so that then we have a firm base from where our dreams come into reality. Yeah, there's also the idea of the Titanic. We have lots of dreams. Noah's Ark. We have lots of dreams. And then the idea of, there's an idea of Ardhanarishwan, Prakriti Purusha. So that's like the Titanic. And then we have our dreams. And then how to have our dreams come to reality and not just sail on the waves of change. Yeah. So that's how we actually land on earth with feet on the ground. And then, otherwise we are just fish, all fish, mermaids, and then the Matsya Avatara and the entire Dashavatara cycle. So we could keep going, keep being fish and imagining things and, dreaming the world and what it takes to actually create that world. 14, yeah. 14 in combinations of 3, health, wealth, wisdom. Yeah. That takes getting our conscience together. Now, why is this important? What I woke up with is the Big Bang, maybe the pressure or how it was constructed or what's the physics or things became inside out. Yeah. It became ulta. And then we have metaphysics. Metaphysics is like metaphysics. Me, I'm talking about me at the center of the matter. Yeah, me. My relationship with all that there is went in a fine disequilibrium between fission and fusion. Yeah, there need to be a fine balance. So fission and fusion not happening. Yeah, this is anyhow happening. But see the line where the sky meets the sea to maintain that surface tension. Yeah, between when we say horizon, say the ocean, sea, horizon, you see the line where the sky meets the sea. And surface tension, like when we touch water, yeah, there's a certain tension to the surface of water. You can put your hand in up, but then it's like this water has a skin, surface tension. And surface tension also means between intention and extension. The tension within the water and tension outside the water. So it's like the skin, yeah? Our body maintaining a certain tension, like the clear of the matter, like the dot. Now this image here is like the dot enlarged, yeah? And this image here is like the dot further enlarged. I'm talking about Mama Papa Bebe Idio, yeah? So I made a video on that also. But for the purpose of this video, let's say, to maintain the clear of the matter, like the glass house in the center of Lal Bagh Gardens, yeah? So we're not getting covered by veils of, truth, and then what is visible, not visible. We're not forming walls around us like the eukaryote. Yeah. And in the sense, we have the nucleus, the DNA, and many strands, and the strands are kind of also sometimes entangled. But to not have that, the DNA be clear, but still we form a wall, a boundary around the DNA of the matter, the truth of the matter, the real me, and then the good me. Yeah. How we project with the world, there's a good self and we all nice, and then the real. Yeah. So we kind of have a wall where we are also hiding ourselves from ourselves, the truth of our own self from our own self, and then further from the world. Yeah, we have a certain projection with the world. It's called a persona. The person and the persona, and then the real me and the good me. Good. So there are veils of it. Like Earth has many cores, yeah, many layers. Spheres of influence, atmosphere, core all the way to atmosphere, and yeah, so there are many, many layers. There's strata. Yeah. Uh, then the clear of the matter, we maintain for a prokaryote, what I'm calling as pro-life. So a eukaryote is like having a nucleus and then cores, and then from the cell itself, there are boundaries, and then that way. Yeah. For a prokaryote, in the sense, there's just not many strands of the story, but just one DNA. The whole life, all of life stories are just all have come together to just one DNA, one conscience, yeah, one life, not many, many departments and then juggling, yeah. And then it's about improving that relationship with all the different spheres of influence, yeah, including the planets and stars and galaxies, yeah. So our relationship with the self, with different circles, including Earth, uh, people around us, family, yeah, different people around different spheres of influence, networks, and then different planets, sun, moon, um, galaxies, the universe, multiverse. So our relationship that way. To maintain the clear of the matter, it's like a droplet of water, has a surface tension. Yeah. So we're not getting lost in the inner world, antaranga or the bahiranga. Or like, oh, people, all nice. Yeah. And then we also have so we're not losing ourselves, nor are we getting, losing ourselves inside like an introvert, or getting lost outside like an extrovert. Yeah. So when we're maintaining that surface tension, like a 50-50 between the intention and the extension, we have more see the line where the sky meets the sea. That's also, I'm thinking Medusa. So in terms of the 7 dhatus, in terms of Ayurveda, they say 7 dhatus. Yeah. So 7 dhatus, there's Rasa dhatu, Rakta dhatu, Medusa, which is what I'm talking about. I'll come back to this Medusa character, yeah, shortly. Then there is Mamsa, muscle. Medusa is also fat, cholesterol. Um, Muscle, Mamsa dhatu, Asti dhatu, bone, Majja, bone marrow, Shukra, semen, or the let's just say a relationship with sex, yeah, or a relationship with intimacy, with also been called as Lilith or Lalita, yeah. Or when we say life, yeah, we spell it as Life, but the sound of it is like Laife. That's like Lalita, Lilita, F. Yeah. And not even, we're not spelling E, but there's already an energy to life. Yeah. So a relationship with life, Lalita, Lilita, and F. Yeah. And E and L, standing up on our feet. Our leg is like this, standing upright, head on top, eyes facing forward. Goes through lots of inflammations, yeah, gravitational concerns, and our relationship with life gets a little, you want to sleep off, yeah, because it takes something to stand up. be an upright human being and live in life in a multiverse like a tree. And okay, I'm talking all kinds of things. But there's a difficulty in doing this from not getting the matter of it. Okay, so that's where I'm making this video. Yeah. So Shukra is like a basic relationship with life. We will come further to the basics of my conscience because then the matter becomes clear. Yeah, slowly we'll come to it. So I thought we will get the Shri Chakra, what all is further contained there. So in the movie Life of Pi, Pi finds a tooth in the flower. Yeah. So you could keep sleeping on the matter. Yeah. Ananta Shainam. And what you'll be left with just a tooth. Yeah. Don't just be a bone. Because um, when they do excavation, they find bones. Yeah. The tooth is a representation of a tiny little one, but it's a bone. Yeah. Shri Chakra 32. So don't just be sleeping on the matter because you could be dreaming the world into existence, but you got to get the boat together. So the boat moves further from there. In the movie Life of Pi, the boat moves further from there. Yeah. And then he's saying there is two versions of the story. One is a big version and one is a small version. Which would you prefer? So I will make this matter clearer and then we'll come to, I'm talking the big of it and then slowly we'll come to 60-second reels. So it becomes easier for you to get the matter out, sort out the stuff. Okay. And what I discovered this morning is when from the Big Bang, things went inside out. Yeah. The light photon and the dark photon. When we look at this night sky, people are looking at stars and galaxies and then dark matter, wondering about dark matter and then light matter. We figured out light photon. Dark photon is still an inquiry, or there is some theory, something has been discovered. Yeah. Now, different planets, stars, galaxies, yeah, the twinkly that we see are like light photon in different stages of figuring out how to be like Earth. Yeah, because they haven't figured out what it takes to have life and maintain life in such a way that life flourishes and lives. Better things come about. Yeah, since the Big Bang. So you have different people in different composition. Yeah, in the sense, the bodily composition are, this is what I call as metaphysics or metaphysics. Yeah, me hasn't been figured out. Yeah, I'm talking about me here. Yeah, me in the whole scheme of things. Yeah, so we're calling it metabolism. So we have anabolism, catabolism, metabolism. And lifestyle diseases are coming from metabolic concerns, how we digest the matter, including we have information, thoughts, experiences, lot of developments. Yeah. So one of the sentences I came to as I was healing the fabric of time space, as I was facilitating health clinically and contemplating on the matter, is one is the history of mankind is written in the vaginal vault of a woman. And then I discovered there's a Kamakya temple. Yeah. Another thing is mommy life is like watching watch babies and they say kai valarno, kal valarno. So I'm a Malayali. When I translate it into Mayis, that sentence what I said is in Malayalam. When I translate it into Mayis, it comes to kai valarno, kai, like change, kaizen. Yeah. A change is a constant, and universe, like Mother Universe, has been looking at is change becoming better? Is change developing for the better? Or is the same constant going round and round in the same place? Kai valarno is growing, the change, the composition of change, how change is happening. Is it becoming better? Kala valarno. Kala is like time. Otherwise, you're going round and round. Kala, yuga, chakras, and round and round. Yeah, aage badhna. You have to move forward. Yeah, spiral, like going forward. And then, so is change becoming better? Is time becoming better? So otherwise, our constructs of reality, our stories, over time is becoming better. What is our own life stories? Yeah. And is it getting so difficult that you don't have to die to get your story better? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about here. Because we haven't figured out our conscience, my conscience, our metabolism. We have metaphysics. We also have physics. From different bits of information coming together, we have physics or something like physiology. Yeah. We have WHO's list of diseases. The physiology of a human being has not yet been figured out because our economy is human economy, not dogs or cats. Yeah. And it's humans who have made this computer and the technology and inquiring into the matter. So our human body has the capacity to turn things around, to live in life in the multiverse. This is where I come to person-centric model of the universe, earth-centric model of the universe. So person being like earth, figuring out what it takes to be like earth. Earth is already a representation. How to be like earth. And then the heliocentric model of the universe, where the sun is a physical representation, like a memory palace, like life's memory palace. It's like when a baby is sleeping up from the crib, like, oh, the planets and stars, and it's all beautiful. And we go, how I wonder what you are. Yeah. So it's like in Life of Pi, lying down. Yeah, we have an image of an island lying down, like Tefiti, lying down. Tefiti of the movie Moana, lying down and then contemplating on how I wonder what you are, Ananta Shainam. Yeah. So that's this idea of the Vishnu and Sri Ananta Padmanabha temple, Kerala. Yeah, there's the idea of this. So these are representation of, people having made images from what they have contemplated about life, and then what hasn't yet been figured out. Such a big image, saying that we seem to be sleeping on the matter. Yeah, not quite figured out, not yet awakened. Yeah, to life, and you're dreaming the world into existence. Yet there is something more required. Now, was I okay? 1 minute. I'm just okay. Now, okay, 1 minute. So we come to the bone, came to Ananta Shainam, yeah? So we are sleeping on the matter. Okay. The sun, like a baby wondering how I wonder what you are, twinkle, twinkle, little star, yeah? So there's a light photon and the dark photon that we are different stages of figuring out. And we are like the light photon and dark photon. We have some sukha, some dukkha, but what it takes to keep things together, light and dark together, which you're talking about as hatha yoga, how to keep the light and dark together in such a way that earth forms, that we are being like earth, digesting the matter and forming water, such that we don't have to pray over water and make positive affirmations, yeah, chant so that we improve the composition of water. The idea is the water in our own body regularly becoming harmonious by how we do our yoga. I call it as healthy natural breathing, but it's a way by which to come to improve the water quality of our make, such that, like earth, the water quality of our body grows healthier sperm and ovum. The universe, the multiverse becomes better. Yeah, life enlivens in the multiverse from how we are functioning. And this is where I'm saying the heliocentric model of the universe is a representation for us to ponder on what is reality. Yeah, like we have the twinkly stars, we have one big star. Yeah, like many, many twinkly stars and one big star. In the previous video, I spoke about how, like this sky people, yeah, drop, like the movie Avatar, drop into Pandora, mother's ovary, yeah? And then from there, the development all the way to having a body, this human standing upright. Yeah. So the sun is like a big representation of an avatar, and then from the ovary, yeah, we meet mother's material. Yeah. And then further in our development, we meet father's material. That's when the sperm and ovum fertilize. And then there is substance made for our human body to form. The others will just be a dot or light or, yeah. Now, Mercury as a planet is reflecting. Now, when we have a mirror, yeah, we have a Mercury background. There's a coating of Mercury. And that allows us to reflect on the matter. We see our reflection. Yeah. So that's like a reflection of ourselves. So a mother and father is a reflection of what works and doesn't work within our own self, or what we haven't figured out yet. Yeah. Which is why you're also born like an avatar in Pandora to further figure out what we haven't figured out yet, and then make things better, and then become like Earth, and then live in life in the multiverse. Yeah. Mercury. So mother, father. So here I'm talking about me, and then the dot enlarged is here. I'm saying Sat and Yam. So we have the essence and the whole Yam, the whole, you'll apparently say Yam, as in death. God of death, Yama, we say Yama and Yama. But the Yama has not been understood. So Yama is like, so in my conscience, I drew a dot in the center and circles of circles of circles. Yeah, 10 circles there. So there's the idea of Ravana. Yeah, where so in me, yeah, I call it as in me there is Rama, Sita, Lakshmana. It's like when Rama in Indic mythology, Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, they go into the forest and they live in a hut. So this is like also the idea of Parvati going on a vanvasa, yeah, and living in the forest, praying, meditating for Shiva, yeah. So that's also like me. So when we say Parvati, that's like Parvati or Parvati. So it's like a person, yeah. So within a person is also the three. So I call it as X, Y, Z. X is like what it takes to be in the on ground, yeah. Y is like what it takes to progressively develop, like grow up. And Z is like why are you going? The goals. What goals are you in existence for, and why are you becoming, and then where are you headed? So that's like XYZ. Rama, Sita, Lakshmana. Yeah. So that's like in me, in a person, like P. And P is also like peeves. We have our pet peeves. These words, we have always a complaint about something. Yeah. And I've had a complaint about, everything. I'm saying adults haven't figured out what they're talking about, and I've had a peeve about just about everything. And there's also the song that says, all I want is everything. Yeah, I don't know if this connects with you, but I know it reflects for me. Yeah. So if this also stands true for you, there is something that we all would like, and it's about how to get it, how to have it. Yeah. That's why we have a body that's human. Yeah. Gets better. What I'm talking about is about how to have it, what it takes to have it. I'm talking about the scheme of things. Yeah. Because we are peering on the microscopes and telescopes and then stars and galaxies. Yeah. So we have the sun, we have Mercury, yeah, and we are mourning around the topic of Earth. Yeah. So I'm weaving the whole story from the heliocentric model, Earth-centric model. I'm talking about person-centric model. So from a person-centric model, like an Anantashan, I'm dreaming the world, thinking about, contemplating how I wonder what you are. We are mourning around the topic of Earth, how to have life like Earth, because we are all like light photons or dark photons. Some of us have figured out, and we are in different sizes, but not quite having Earth-like composition. which is what yoga has been talking about. We even have hatha yoga, we even stand on our head, but haven't yet figured out what is earth doing? What on earth are we doing here? Yeah, existential angst. Who am I? What am I? Why am I doing this? All of that. I have 14 questions. Yeah, by which to figure out our whole conscience and address existential angst and all of that. And I figure we have to keep doing this every now and then, periodically, because every now and then we have a new stage of development. I mean, again, come to now, who am I? Yeah. Now, what am I doing? Yeah. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Somebody asks you a question, and then now what? Yeah. And then now what are you up to? Yeah. Or who am I speaking with? Why? Who are you becoming? Where are you headed? So we have 14 questions. Good. 14 questions. So the Brahma is covered here. But we got to get our basics first. We got to get our conscience, our management information system, our information management system. We got to figure out our ass from a hole in the ground. Like our ass, hole in the ground, the dot at the center of the Shri Chakra. We got to get our matter clear. Otherwise, we get entangled in the whole thing. Yeah. And then we would only be left with a tooth. Yeah. Bones. From what it takes to build our mamsa, our 7 dhatus. Yeah, Ayurveda talks about 7 dhatus. To be married to life and infinitely married to life, we call it as 24/7. So Ashoka Chakra has 24 spokes. A day has 24 hours. Yeah. We have 7 days in a week, but our own body is made of 7 dhatus. Yeah, it's fine, simpler. 7 colors of the rainbow, Sapta Rishis. Yeah, 7 saptak. When we say saptak, music has 7 musical sound notations. Yeah, saptak. 24/7 marriage to life requires getting our 7 dhatus in harmony. Like we each have 24 hours in a day, and our body is made up of 7 dhatus. And to maintain our bodily composition, fine. So we have rasa dhatu as lymph. So we got to regularly clean our stuff, yeah, the water in our body, so that it's not getting contaminated. And we need to regularly drain the matter, clear the matter. Otherwise, we could go to hemodialysis. We got to clean the matter, yeah. And then what it takes to restore health of our body. And there is a way on how to restore health of the body. You have any kinds of diseases, there's a way to restore it. It's possible. Rasa dhatu, yeah, that's the lymph bit. Rakta dhatu, otherwise the boils in our blood, yeah, could kill us or kill somebody else. Not working. Yeah, humanity across boundaries gets affected from our marriage to life. 24/7, we're all alive. And what it takes for us to live and others also to live, such that life is enlivening the multiverse. So we're all becoming like Earth. Otherwise, we are like different planets. Medusa is said to have been like snakes, that's also from like the sun, yeah, seeing their own reflection in the mirror, yeah. They meet mother, father, they go, it's not me, it was you. We say you, it's because of you, yeah. But when we kind of see that it's because of us, then we go a little stone. What are you talking about? Yeah, not me, it's not me. And we close off. Heart gets closed, it's not because of me, it's because of you. It's easier to say it's because of you than me. Then that's where the mind and body dichotomy comes. You versus me. And then all the challenges, the mirror, the matrix comes. And then we talk about therapists and, all of that, diseases, different things come from our relationship with ourselves and our relationship with at least mother-father material. Male, female, male dynasty, female dynasty. We're all formed from sperm and ovum. Our body is like given that. And then we have lots of people in different sizes, ages, yeah, doing different activities, but all humans. But basically a reflection of nature and nurture, Prakriti Purusha, masculine, feminine. Yeah. And then it's our relationship with him. So when I say my conscience, there's a dot here and 10 layers. So I was talking about Rama, Rama, Sita, and Lakshmana, and me, XYZ. And Ravana is like, they say he's a 10-headed, 10 heads. He had the boon of 10 heads. So it's like 10 layers. Yeah, Ravana. So this is where Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, yeah, like the hut. It's like a mount shrine or a hut on the top of a hill. Yeah. So I'm like making ideas available from top of a hill. There's the idea of the Himalayas. Yeah. Shiva and Parvati sitting in the Himalayas. Yeah. So this is like Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down, broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. That's talking of the head. Yeah. So there's a well there on top of the hill, and Jack and Jill keeping it together so that their head, their crown, is not getting broken. Yeah. They're keeping their crown there, like king and queen, keeping their head. Yeah. So from the hilltop, yeah, okay. It requires keeping a conscience clear. It's like being a frog in the well. You know, the well on top of the hill? How to be a frog in the well also requires keeping our skin, like a frog breathes from the skin. Yeah. Such that there's a fine surface tension between inside and outside. Yeah. It's an amphibian. Yeah. Can live on land and also water. So what it takes to live on both, like be a fish, be a fish on land, yeah, and not lose the water, yeah, like being a baby in the amniotic sac and in the womb of mother, yeah. So to have our own little moat, like a castle with a moat, so we are all well protected, being a baby as well as growing up, yeah. For that, Earth is giving a good, nice example. So there's the idea of water, yeah, we have water, and then how to maintain our own moat. Yeah, that also has a me there. Yeah. Now, so we are like an island, 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 island. We are in touch with reality, and we are making life around us better by being connected with other islands. Yeah, we're all in our own islands, in our own universes. And how we connect with others, like from the center of the dot to there are several spheres of influence. Yeah. Being connected with all of them is how we have a together life, humanity across boundaries. We're all on the same planet Earth. And to get our dots and dashes together, our light and dark dots, light photons and dark photons coming together. Otherwise, our composition is like different planets. That's again, we're coming back to the solar system. Sun, moon, Mercury like mirror. In the previous video, I've spoken about how after meeting mommy material, coming to Pandora, being avatar drop in mother's womb, Pandora, meet mother's material, and then further, as you encounter the different her stories, yeah, of how life formed and how to live and how to nurture and how to care and all that, we have a better reason for we have chosen at different times on, yeah, we can work with this, yeah. And then we mature from the ovary and until we are ready enough to, peekaboo, and then be born from the ovary and then meet poppy material, dad's material. And that's when there's a certain twist in the story. Yeah, we get screwed. Yeah, with the father material. It's like 0-1 technology. Yeah, where father material screws our life. Yeah. The story gets a little interesting. Yeah, there's a twist in the story. And then you got to work with that material, our genetic material, yeah, what we are born with, our story that we already have the light for, light wave, light photon and dark photon for. Yeah, we have that material. So we say the good wolf and the bad wolf. Yeah, there's sometimes there's a tango jostle between the good wolf and the bad wolf. The idea of the Shiva trilogy talks about Sati having a twin named Kali. So I'm saying Bita times 2. I'm like Sati and Kali, yeah, in one body, yeah. So you're talking about Hatha yoga, yeah. So why am I the way like this? I figured out I have a not disappearing twin. I may have just kept my twin together, work it out together. I'm wondering if everybody's like this. Yeah, but at least we have a light and dark. We have the concern of the good wolf and the bad wolf. We must be having these two aspects to our bodily nature. Yeah. We may not be including that matter. The light self, shadow self. So when we say me, there's also two aspects. Yeah. And then me meets father material. Kahani mein twist. Yeah. Twist in the story. And then further from there, when there is further agreement between them, you can still work it out. I know that's a twist in the story and all that. You can still work it out. And then there is this contracts and agreements kind of, yeah. It's all genetic compatibility. It's all story compatible. And we can still work it out. Yeah. So that's when we meet sex and intimacy for the first time. Yeah. Mother, first with mother material. So we have sometimes they say lesbian. Yeah. That's because our relationship with the female. Yeah. And then we talk about homosexuality, heterosexuality, then a relationship with the male. Yeah. The masculine. Yeah. So we meet sex. Sex is one of the basics. Our relationship with life is different relationship with sex. I recommend you watch the movie Sex and Mrs. X. Sex and Mrs. X. One of the movies. And then there's further. Okay, I'll continue the story so it becomes easier to understand. After meeting father material, masculine, yeah, first male, yeah, and then we already meet with, when we say mother material, mother doesn't just drop out of the sky. Also went through the whole developmental process to form the female body, yeah, and which means female body is also human body, which means made up of male and female, her story, his story, her story. So right from the beginning, there is some introduction with the masculine material, yeah, male and female, nature, nurture material. There is a more material meeting with the male when from a mother's womb, yeah, we meet father material. And then that's when the story gets further a little chakra viewer, get a little more screwed. You see this spiral way, Milky Way galaxy? It's a spiral galaxy. We keep getting screwed further, yeah, into the story. A body forms from several screwings. Yeah. So we are all encrypted with many, many materials. Screwed. DNA, helix, round, yeah. DNA, helix, nice. And a little of our life is from unscrewing the material slightly, yeah. As we make those proteins, the prokaryotic protein, what it takes to then weave the story of our life, form the body, yeah. We are basically manufacturing units, yeah. And we are love manufacturing units because love heals wounds over time. Our stories get screwed when our ability to care is not as well as it needs to be. A career forms from how well we care, and how well we care in such a way that we, people around us, future generations are getting better. Otherwise, we get screwed. Yeah, in our daily grinds. Yeah, that's again the male-female daily grinds between sur and asur, sukha dukha, and nature, nurture, and yeah. Yeah. Samudra Manthan is talking about how to churn in such a way that good nice batter is forming, like dosa batter. Family restaurant, good nice things. And from the kitchen, we have warmth in our body. We're basically walkie-talkie kitchens. We are cooking up our stories and our cares and our what we care, what we like to do and don't like to do, who's in our life, who's not like in our life. And, yeah, we form our boundaries. We also form our liberations. Yeah. So how to do that in such a way that we're becoming like Earth. Sun, Mercury. So from mother material and father material, as we encounter history and herstory worth, our body forms layers. As a human body is forming, we form layers. And our cares go through fight, flight, freeze. Oh my God, I'm going to run away from it. But no way to run away because you're in Pandora. Yeah. Well, once we are born, we don't go back to where we come from. Yeah. And that's why people keep seeking for liberation, because of what it takes to warm up. Yeah. Because we go through fight, flight, freeze. Like Venus, it's an icy planet. Used to show signs of life. Now it's an icy planet. Yeah. Because from the sun, sees the reflection of Mercury, Venus, it's like, it's not me, it's you, it's your stuff. We have come to resolve concerns historically not been possible. Yeah. And we are formed an avatar in reincarnation from wheresoever we were living to now in Pandora. And now it's like, it's not me, it's you thing. Mama, it's because of mother, it's because of father, it's masculine stuff, female stuff, nature. We have from the center of the dot, we have Ravana, 10 layers, many, yeah, at least 10, because we have number system from 0 to 9 and again from 10 to 19. So we have multiples of 10 concerns, issues and concerns and what works and what doesn't work and complaints and peeves. When I say Parvati, we could get a little carbon dioxide, we are not breathing healthier naturally and not maintaining the oxygen and the, breath of life required enough to maintain life in such a way that we're not dying off. Because Parvati, the story of Parvati is that like a planet got too much carbon dioxide and couldn't maintain life. The story that I read is Parvati was dealing with jealousy concerns and she couldn't go beyond those challenges. And the planet got a little more carbon dioxide. And then she cursed Earth that Earth won't have babies. Yeah. And then I further discovered that there's a resolution to that. When Earth has the ability to digest the blessings and curses, that's like Sukha and Dukha. Yeah, because our idea of God is we place God outside us, yeah, and some place God inside, like visible, like idols and sounds, and like God is outside there. And so we pray like God is outside there. And some religions have like God is inside, invisible, no idols. So there's the introversion and extroversion, yeah. So we could get lost between the in and out. So when Earth is able to maintain the relationship, digest, so consequently, when somebody blesses, that could land as a curse for us because of what is our bodily composition make. Yeah. And when some people are apparently cursing, that may actually seem like a blessing. So they say there are teachers in the underworld and in the outer world. Yeah. So it's like heaven and hell. There are teachers in heaven and hell. Yeah. So heaven is maybe some way God out there, we have to go to heaven kind. And hell is like, inside, not inside. We don't like being inside. But there is the light workers and dark workers. So that kind of gives you an idea. So some of the conflicts is coming from blessings and curses, also called as Sukha and Dukha. You could either get entangled in the Sukha or get entangled in the Dukha. Yeah. So when Earth has figured out how to digest the Sukha and Dukha, between outside, inside, and all of this Samudra Manthan, then Parvati's curse gets reversed. Yeah. And then we would be causing a reverse transcription in other planets and stars. Earth will have more babies. Yeah. That's the understanding that I have. Okay. The story that I also have is Earth. We keep looking at the moon. We talk about honeymoon. Yeah. Like we keep pondering on the moon. Each person have their own complementary partner in the moon. Yeah. So they say yang yu. Yeah. Behind every person is behind every woman is a man, and behind every man is a woman. So every person has a complementary partner, which is also what I'm representing as little me. Big me is half little me. Yeah. So this is like half the heart. Yeah. One half of the whole. But I'll cover this little more detail in another video. Yeah. The idea is every person has uh, a moon. Yeah, like Krishna. Okay, just say moon is said to be dark. Yeah, so Arjuna has Krishna as a Sarathi, as a charioteer. So gives direction. In the classical story, there's Krishna led Arjuna to fight against his own cousins. But how not to do that is when you have a rain on the 7 dhatus and on Krishna. So Krishna doesn't lead you to battle with your own cousins and relatives. Yeah. So, but we each have a Krishna. Yeah. So that's the eight horses. Suraj ka Aatva Goda. Yeah. So the eighth horse. Or you have the sun temple. Yeah. So the eighth, Krishna. So you're not going and fighting our own people. Yeah. Now, Ashtanga Yoga, 8 triangles is we have the center triangle, we have the dot, and then we have the first triangle, and then we have a circle with 8 triangles. Ashtanga Yoga. Yeah. To keep the 8s together. Yeah. Ashtalakshmi Ashtanga takes our 7 dhatus. Yeah. When I say Medusa, that's like the skin. See the line where the sky meets the sea? That's the surface tension of our skin. Is how we keep the body and mind together. So mind has been described by psychologists as a lot of snakes. Yeah. We talk about nagas. Yeah. So it's like DNA also has many strands. We have many cares. Vishnu, they represent in terms of the Sheshnag. Yeah. Sheshnag is also like Sahasrara, like 1,000. Yeah. So when we say Surya Koti Samaprabha, so so that's like multiples of 100,000. Yeah. But when we talk about Sheshnag, yeah, that's also at least 1,000. And then in the Samudra Mantha, now I've been calling it as Shishnag. That's like mirror. Sun sees many, many reflections of our own selves, what we like, what we don't like in people around us. Something is happening, and then instead of seeing, oh, it's a reflection of what's happening in my own life, you go and fighting them. Yeah, that's not solving the problem. You could get further entangled instead of getting resolved from there. Yeah. So that could then take us away from being clear enough, our conscience being clear enough. Yeah? Now, I know this is getting a little big, but it's better captured, I thought. So we have a better clarity and begin to start sorting out stuff. We have WHO's list of diseases. Yeah. So, and people are also looking through microscopes and telescopes and, trying to figure out life in other places. And one is even, there's several companies, a few companies trying to fly off to Mars and other planets. So there's a lot of money involved here. So I thought it's better to spoken. Yeah. Those are listening. Okay. Now, Shishnag is like the sun reflecting on the Mercury and then, scare the bejesus off, like Medusa, go stone. Yeah, it is not sure. Yeah, not sure. You could go into denial and go eukaryotic, close our hearts to life and then go a little more frozen. There's a movie, Frozen, Queen. Yeah, Frozen. Cold doesn't bother me anymore. Yeah, you go a little Venusy. Yeah. And then in the movie also they say it's when she melts her cares, melts a little, and then love. She finds her relationship with the different spheres, with her kingdom, with her land, is when then life enlivens around. Otherwise, we are having, you see the other planets, other stars, galaxies, they're all in different sizes. Yeah. Contemplating the matter of how to add life. So our composition, there is also said that, some gurus are on other planets. They're in other planets because they're different stages of development, yet to kind of figure out how to get the matter of being like Earth, having what Earth is doing. So different people are contemplating on the matter from their own spheres of influence, from their own ways of bodily composition. What I'm speaking now is after many years, many people's ways of thinking, including artificial intelligence, including Neuralink, yeah, and even people standing on their head and calling it yoga, yeah. So that's also part of the yoga bit, yeah. But we have many textbooks also written. So what I'm speaking is from now, yeah, story as is today, and we are getting better, yeah. And we have WHO sister disease, and we have all of that. So Sun, Mercury, Venus, or frozen queen, yeah. From there to melt a little and melt just enough. Because we could do a little too much and be like Jupiter, big, don't have the substance of Earth-like material. Yeah, you'd say Garima or big, we're all big, but you don't have the Earth-like composition. Yeah, because you're a little too much. Or you could be like Saturn. Yeah, the composition is your weaves are getting a little, your plot is going a little circle. Yeah, you got to keep it together, keep it together. You don't know how to keep it together. Otherwise, either you're becoming big, yeah, or you're going through fission fusion reaction. Yeah, you're thinking here, the plot is going a little loose. Yeah, and then you got to keep it together. What it takes to keep together is what Earth is doing, such that water is forming. Yeah, we are photosynthesizing, Krebs cycle, yeah, metabolic process. It's a science, yeah, by which water forms. And we're not going through, and life is in living. We're making love. We are love-making machines. Because love heals wounds over time. The wounds form from the blessings and curses. Sukha, dukkha, and all kinds of things. Because one person's prays from outside, one person prays from the visible, one prays from the invisible. So the sukha or the dukkha. And our body goes through, yeah, particle pelting either from the light or from the dark. From the light workers or from the dark workers. Some are blessing, some are cursing. We don't know which is which. Yeah, because our body then is at the affect of. One of the reasons is our body is made up of spins. Some of us have a right spin, left spin. Actually, we have several spins. Yeah, and it's because of the spin that we make stories. We are weavers. The spindle, we got to get our needle fine in such a way that we are not, we are seamlessly embroidering the story of life. Otherwise, we could get a little entangled. Yeah, like the movie Brave, in which there is Mordo who spindled a story in such a way to become powerful that he became a bear. Yeah, and he was no longer human. Yeah. So it takes something for us to maintain our body being human and not become, the gods, goddesses, demons. Okay. It takes something to maintain being human and becoming humaner, because that's what Earth is doing. Otherwise, you have Venus or Jupiter or Saturn or Uranus, where you don't know your ass from a hole in the ground. Yeah. Or Neptune, which is said to be spinning in a different direction than the other planets. Yeah. And then Pluto is, I'm a planet, not a planet. I'm a planet, not a planet. Yeah. Because there is like plurality, our relationship with plurality. We are more talking in terms of singularity. We are like, I'm one, so there is this talk of oneness, which may be why from having a plural perspective to we are having more a singular perspective. So Pluto is like, plural. That's how I associate it. That's why I'm thinking Pluto is a planet, not a planet. Yeah, that way. Because it's, we are sometimes behaving plurally, sometimes we are behaving all singularly. We're keeping it together. The GMT, yeah, Greenwich Mean Time. It's talking about, like an atom going from this to this. Humans are deciduous beings. Our breath of life has an inhalation and exhalation. Yeah. So nature and nurture, libido, destrudo. So our relationship with life and death is like they're plural, singular, plural, singular. Pluto is like I'm a planet, not a planet, planet, not a planet. Okay. So yeah, we get to get it together. And our idea of singularity is a little interesting, a little entangled. Yeah. Because we have the light photon and dark photon, and we are still searching for the dark photon, and we haven't quite seen our own body is made up of the Sati and the Kali. Yeah, we are two, the good wolf and the bad wolf. We haven't gotten all our dots and dashes together, information together in one whole schema. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about here. Yeah. Now, so that's what makes my suite of services, coaching solutions, products, a game changer. So we get our stuff together and then live in life in the multiverse, because that's why a human body is made to stand up like a human, like a tree, what it takes to photosynthesize. There is also a company which is making fabric that photosynthesizes, which means these are some of the products that is possible from a body functioning in such a way that I call it as Tattva Shuddhi. Earth, water, fire, air, spirit, space. When we are cleaning these elements regularly from the earthly composition, we are like trees, you're standing up. When we are metabolizing, instead of metaphysics, yeah, instead of ascension. So it's like from the Big Bang, I'm saying there's been like an inversion inside out. And that's when some version of me, metaphysics, we say, ascension, spirituality, they talk in terms of ascension. So we are like in clouds. We also have the iCloud, yeah? And we have the cloud networking and all of that. So we are in our own clouds. And internet took some time to form, yeah? So the reality and virtuality was not able to be comprehended. Like when people were practicing yoga, there is all these visions and Maya coming up, illusions, but don't know how to deal with that. So there has also been reference that spiritual enthusiasts, they were saying, of plucking out their eyes, because that's not allowing them to see reality for what it is, because their eyes are doing, yeah, they're seeing things. They don't know how to go beyond the hallucinations, visualizations that's happening. That's not allowing them to see reality for what it is. Yeah. So this is, so we'll cover all of that. Yeah. In what I'm calling as movementless yoga. Then, okay. So we have the virtuality. So over time, the fabric of time and space has been healing to resolve historical problems, which wasn't possible. Like since the Big Bang, if we have Earth from fabric of time space healing since the Big Bang, yeah. Out of all the different planets and celestial bodies, we have Earth, yeah, and we are all on Earth, one ball. And then we have metabolism concerns. So we have metaphysics, ascension, but we don't know how to descend, how to be decent enough, decent civilization, like that. We have ascension, but don't know how to descend from the clouds in such a way that we are we're able to be like Earth. Yeah. So in my conscience, from the center, we need to regularly ascend and descend. Yeah, because our relationship with the Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, and Ravana, yeah, keeps going through phases. The 14 questions we have to regularly keep asking. Otherwise, like with every stage, you become a new you. Yeah. So these questions help us get our stories together in such a way we're not getting entangled, but becoming more found. Yeah. And that's how we maintain, we take we have what it takes to have sustainable health, wealth, wisdom. Otherwise, we go through entanglements. Yeah. And then our stories getting all interesting. Yeah. And then our mind and body concerns, Medusa, cholesterol or fat. Yeah. And then we have a neuroplasticity not working as well, because our nerves are also sheathed in particular concrete ways. We need to regularly improve the neuroplasticity, by which our stories of life become better. So fat is also part of our body, metabolic concerns. So you could have visceral fat, um, outer fat, inner fat, yeah, that way. Fat metabolism is also how we convert the cares into like um, light, like ghee ke diye, a lamp, a flame lit from the flame of love lit from ghee, or the milk becomes sour from the sukha dukha churning, yeah, churning, and then from the curd forms butter, and Betty bought some butter, but the butter was a bitter, so Betty bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better butter, yeah. It takes something to metabolize the bitterness that sometimes it's also called visha or the poisons, yeah. Um, Also from the curd, the butter, yeah, gets bitter sometimes. And how to convert that into better butter so that our bread, the food we eat, is not having us go, yeah. And then clarify the butter to form ghee. And then the light of love. Ghee, when we are also consuming, is good metabolic concern. It helps the metabolism. From our own body, to have the butter become clarified ghee, from our conscience becoming better. It's from our conscience becoming better that our cholesterol is regularly, fat is regularly becoming ghee. Yeah. And then our cares mature to love, to true love. And then further into true love. And just sufficient so that we are being earth. Too much, we don't, we have Jupiter and Saturn and Uranus and Neptune, and we have example, we also have Venus. Yeah. We also have Mercury. For you could be a mirror, like this movie, The Silent Flute. It's talking about mirror. You could go to mirror and you could be a reflection of it, like mirror neurons, but don't quite know your stuff and other stuff. You don't know where you end and another begin. Yeah. So that's also a concern. You could be like a mirror, like the mirror of Erised in Harry Potter series. Yeah. Where Harry Potter looks at the mirror of Erised, or the mirror of desire, and you're reflecting what another person sees. You're being a mirror neuron, but you don't quite know your stuff and other stuff. You don't know you're entangled and being Mercury. Yeah, there's Mercury, or you're being Venus, or you're being also Earth. But Earth also needs to regularly improve, because Earth is also improving the composition and becoming better. So we're forming stabler, not go through. Right now we're going through global warming. There is these breath concerns. Yeah, you're having winter, summer, climate changes. But I'm thinking Earth's composition is getting stabler because I'm breathing healthier naturally. And people are saying weather reports are, kind of changing. It's now here. So I've heard concerns about it. I'm thinking it's because I'm also contemplating on the matter. Like we formed agriculture at in healing the fabric of time space. At one point in time, agriculture became part of our ways of thinking. So this is like almighty dotting, figuring out different ways by which to have this whole system work. Life works. And since the Big Bang, to have the system function in such a way that we're moving forward, we're becoming better. Yeah, because something didn't work earlier. Yeah. So we have agriculture coming at a point in time, and then money coming at a point in time. And then we come to a person is, it's two coins, there are two sides to a person. Yeah. Light and dark. And then now we have internet, where the reality and Maya, reality and illusion, is more seen in perspective. We have a virtual reality through the internet, and we also have the actual reality. And we tend to sometimes get lost in our hallucinations. We could get lost in the virtual, yeah? In the metaverse. Yeah, we could get lost there. Metaphysics. And then to metabolize in such a way that we are becoming Earth and better Earth, bettering life in the multiverse. Yeah, you're reverse transcribing life. So others are, yay, yeah, we have babies. Earth has babies. Yeah, that's when we are converting the blessings and curses which work didn't work, such that we are all on one planet. Yeah, and what it takes for Earth to have babies. Yeah. So I'll pause for now. So we have this thought line. Um, I highly recommend you contact me so that you are more figured out and you are more like Earth, because you got to get your conscience clear. Yeah. Because what I'm saying may or may not be understood, or in parts is, I will make shots from this, make things better, clearer. But we have this. So if somebody is thinking along these lines, beginning to start thinking, WHO's list of diseases come down. Because some of our diseases is from are we sun or moon or Mercury or Venus or different planets. Yoga also talk about Gariman, Laguman. So next I will go to the Patanjali's Yoga Sutras. There's the Brahma Sutras. There is um, Bhagavad Gita. So I don't know to read Arabic. Yeah. Oh, otherwise I would quote from there. Maybe I'll take an English translation of the Quran. Bible is there. So people are talking about many things, but the dots needs to be seen for what it is and then dashed. So our stories are getting better. Otherwise, our Krishna, yeah, could also be leading to not killing other people, not working. Krishna is also said to be the dark, yeah. So our social networking and how we do business shouldn't lead to killing our own fellow humans, yeah, because it's taken a long time for human bodies to form, yeah. So we are having Shriya from the silence, from the silence, instead of going A and then go roundabout, yeah, the A going all heavy, we still haven't gotten the A. A is also like A movie. There's a the Scarlet Letter. There's a story called The Scarlet Letter, where A is like the adultery, sex, intimacy. Our relationship with sex and intimacy is, oh my goodness. Now, there's a teleserial that says Sex in the City. Earlier I mentioned Sex and Mrs. X. And here I'm talking about Sex in the City. Our relationship with sex is also what Lilith, Adam's first wife, said to be Lilith. Shiva's first wife, Sati. And Sati, according to Shiva trilogy, Amit Tripathi, Mr. Amit Tripathi's Shiva trilogy, is talking about Sati was doing Vikarma, a practice called Vikarma. And Sati's twin is Kali, who's said to have malformations. Her body was looking very, very interesting. Yeah. Also growths, tumors, and all these things. Yeah. So, but it's also coming from, according to the story, the Sanjeevani bark or the Somras was one of the things they were manufacturing to maintain longevity. Yeah. You should read that story. Life is listening. Yeah. Now, to maintain longevity. And further in the story, they discovered a method by the Sanjeevani bark. They, soak the Sanjeevani bark in the swimming pool. And as people are having the bath and all of that, the bark then metabolizes. Yeah. And they use that then to make the somras. A body is also like the bark. Yeah. And what it takes to metabolize in such a way that the somras is forming, which then improves the longevity, improves the health, wealth, wisdom, and improves the longevity. Yeah. Sati was practicing Vikarma, a practice called Vikarma, which is part of what I'm covering in what I'm calling as healthy and natural breathing. Movementless yoga. It's just fine details. It's about how to do yoga in such a way that Visha Chikitsa is happening. Yeah. At some point, she got married to Sati, to Shiva, and don't know if she was not practicing Vikarma as much. I don't know if that was a concern. Yeah, which then story took an interesting turn. I don't know if that was one of the things. Because then they dismantled the Vikarma system there, according to that story. Yeah. And then the poison was getting washed through the rivers and flowing through the Brahmaputra river. And people in West Bengal around there were getting health concerns. So that's how the story goes. There's a lot of research gone into the writing of that book, the trilogy. And when I travel through different places, temples and different places, I see signs for, the Ganapati and, a lot of research has gone into the work because I see signs of it in the different temples, at least, different in our language system, in our chantings, in our rituals, why we sing hymns. So across history, why we have the tradition that is India. And so you should read that, the trilogy, yeah? At least a trilogy. I haven't read any other books. I had to try it out, yeah? Sati was doing something, yeah? So Shiva's first wife is said to be Sati, yeah? I say said to be because when we say Prakriti Purusha, nature, nurture, and when we say in terms of Manmantra, like the Noah's Ark, the culture was there and it didn't quite work, and then another culture. So a person in a boat comes, lands on the lands on a place, and then starts a civilization again. So I'm thinking there have been many Manmantra like this, yeah. So even in the Shiva trilogy, they're talking about Lord Manu, then moving from the south to the north, and then starting the civilization from there. So there's a reference to Lord Manu. Yeah. So so from there, how the story then developed, civilization takes shape. So I'm thinking Sati is said to be Shiva's first wife, which means nature and nurture has been coming together in better combinations, finding ways. So there's this idea of, what's it? Brahmastra, the movie Brahmastra. It's talking about Shiva and Isha connecting in such a way that Isha supports Shiva in Big Bang not happening. Yeah, the movie Brahmastra is talking about that, at least the version I saw. The first version, I don't know if there's a sequel to it, the one which I saw is where Isha helps Shiva to turn around things, so the Big Bang is not happening. Yeah? So there have been regular attempts, yeah. So and then I have my story where I have, during the 2 years of the pandemic, I was healing the fabric of time space. I was healing my own body, like I read in the Upanishads, the translation of the Upanishads that I got by Ms. Valerie Roba, that the self of all human beings is connected. And I was thinking, so I also have a self. So I'm also connected with the self of all human beings. And then I'm thinking, I'm having concerns. And then they say, if you want, before you could go change the world, work on yourself. And I think this is all connected. Again, they're talking about self. So I started healing myself. Yeah. And then reading these textbooks and then seeing how is myself connected with others, and how is this whole system working. And I facilitate biodynamic health, clinically. And then I've been seeing certain, I can't say manifestation, but that's like a very common word these days. But what I'm seeing is how health was showing up for people who came for sessions. Yeah. And then I'm seeing the ideas of reincarnation, and then, past life. It's not regression. It's just that as when sessions progress, at certain point in time, I'm thinking, this is not from this time. It's like from another time, another lifetime, an aspect of them, then when the time is right, connects, heals only as much as is required, and then you don't see those aspects. Life only shows you that much which you're ready for. Yeah, and how much a person is ready to heal. So I was noticing these past life concerns getting healed, and so the fabric of time space entanglements, yeah, all of these getting resolved slowly, and people becoming more sorted out. Yeah. I've noticed several of them become entrepreneurs. Yeah. And become quite humane beings in their own ways. Yeah. Their life story getting more sorted out. They're more together. And then there is how much are they continuing the work or continuing to interact with me, by which because my work is continuing. There have been further developments as I noticed, oh, there is this aspect too, there is this aspect too, by which to not get into entanglements, not get into problems, and then deal with concerns, even health concerns. How to go beyond health concerns if they show up. Yeah. Or there could be curses, blessings, and all those things, and how to resolve from them. Yeah. So I've been doing further work. So those who've been contacting me have the benefit. So this is what I teach: how to heal. So healing, movementless yoga, course correction counseling, community harmonizing activities. So that's like the four walls of my space. My world, my conscience, from my conscience, four walls, and then a roof and a top. It's like when we say I, there's a crossbar and, like I, roof and top, roof and floor. So I have a roof and floor with four walls. So this is my space. Yeah. So it's like a Makkah, Medina, Makkah, Mecca. Me, there's not like me, Mecca. Is a black box. Yeah. So it's like flight, black, four walls, roof, and a floor. Yeah. And there's said to be a asteroid inside. So I've been mining the asteroid. That's me, stardust. So how to do that? So we have many religions. So I've covered the Islamic version of it too, but not killing anybody. Yeah. So we have the A of it, but not quite figured out. People are like searching for space, and then what is, space, the final frontier. So space hasn't been gotten. So I'm like living a life from my space, four walls. And then we have Vedas, the four Vedas, the weaves. And I'm talking about my weaves, the four weaves. Okay. So my story is formed from four weaves. So there is healing, movementless yoga, course correction counseling, community harmonizing activities. So all of this takes their own how-tos. Yeah. I call it no technology. So from N, being connected with nothing, at a point in time, I hit rock bottom, nothing. Yeah. And why to be alive, and who would care? Why would it matter to anybody? Would it matter to anybody if I'm on this side of life or not? From there to then I discovered Earth, whether or not somebody else cares. And yeah, I discovered I had the sense that death is not an option. Yeah. So so then I figured for whom? Okay, it's not like that. It was like not time for me to figure that out. Yeah. But I was thinking, however that may be, at least Earth has given me space. I'm occupying, body's occupying space. So at least Earth finds it beneficial for me to be on this side of life. And then it's like, why does, Earth and whatever this enterprise is, yeah, whatever this enterprise is doing. So I was thinking, I haven't figured it all out, but I occupy space. And then from here, how can I be profitable for Earth would rather have me be on this side of life. So then to figure out how to be profitable for life and this enterprise and why I'm created and why all of this whole system is. So how to be a productive citizen, because I was definitely in a voting age. Yeah. So I was figuring out, I have my name, because my relationship with reality got a little like that. Yeah. Who's related to me? Why are they related to me? What do they want from me? All of those existential lines questions, because I hit rock bottom, nothing. Yeah. And then from there to refigure out my relationship with all that there is. Yeah. So I discovered I have a name. I was an employee. Yeah. So I have a job. So I held on to my work for dear life. Yeah. Because that's working. Yeah. So I was holding on to what's working. What was working. Yeah. Okay. So, and then I'm a citizen of India, and I don't know what that actually means, because I vote. Is that sufficient to be a citizen. So I had to figure out what citizen means. Then I figured out I'm on Earth, and Earth would have me be on this side of life. So I looked up the word citizen, and I figured Earth is supporting me and would rather have me be on this side of life. So I'm related with Earth because Earth talks to me. Yeah, because that's the idea, God. And so how am I related with the country? I figure it out. Figure that out. I can only talk to what talks to me. Kind of can have a conversation with, relationship with, and then I figured Earth is part of universe. So I've been having conversation with the universe. Yeah, and then this idea of as I was then I have my father, mother, my brother, um, my colleagues and friends and people, and I have lots of names. These are names of relationships. But what does this relationship do? Why are we related? What, now that we're related, now what? We have this. And then what? What's this for? I mean, where are we headed? How can I be a productive citizen of Earth? How? Because I'm here for profit. I mean, Earth would rather have me be in this sort of life. So how can I be a productive, beneficial, yeah, for what this enterprise is about? So then I discovered I have all these relationships, and then what's all this relationship for? What is Earth about? So I've been connecting the dots and figuring out things, and then how's reality related with all that there is, and love, and microcosm and macrocosm, and all kinds of words and sciences and studies, and I joined many courses, and then one bit of information, another bit of information. This is not talking to this. And then we still have WHO list of diseases. Yeah. So I've been healing the fabric of time space. During the 2 years of the pandemic, I've been healing myself from all of these different dots and dashes. Yeah. And now I discovered, then I discovered the idea of this Samudra Manthan. And that continues. And that is our daily, everyday churnings. But this is happening for every human being. Yeah. But we don't quite know how our body functions. Yeah. We have a daily grinds, but we don't know how to metabolize. We have metaphysics, ascension and extension, but don't know how to going up and down, up and down. I call it as Akasha Ganga and Patala Ganga. Heaven and hell. We got to clean our heaven and hell. The Shri Chakra is talking about the male and the female. There's also like the heaven and hell. God and the demon or the devil. Yeah, the Devi, Devil also sounds like devil. Yeah, so God and the devil both needs healing and growing up. Yeah, because we have images. People go to temple and go, you don't go, how I wonder what you are. They're like, oh, and then pray. Yeah, we have our sacred books and we go pray. I don't think we're really reading them. Yeah, we go chant, 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 but what are we chanting? Why are we chanting? And then we may not be connecting the dots. We are talking a lot of languages, but not quite putting the matter together. So to get our conscience clear and then answer existential questions and what it takes for that, we have found the internet. We have different versions of yoga and how to take care of ourselves. We even have a fabric that can photosynthesize. Yeah, so different creators are forming. I'm hoping that this video will inspire people to now look at life differently, and then what is possible, how to go beyond WHO list of diseases, at least, and then we have other lists. Yeah, so I hope somebody will contact me because this is like Arecibo Message, yeah, sending out to the universe. யாராவது என்னோட பேசுங்களா? Yeah, it's like this movie Mitra, yeah, by Miss Revati. So she goes online and then types, will anybody speak with me? Yeah. So this is like a Arecibo Message. Yeah. So I'm talking about all of this, and I make solutions available from here. So I'm doing Samudra Manthan, like better version of Samudra Manthan. Yeah, where Visha Chakitsa, it also answers what Earth is doing that other planets are not doing. Yeah. So people are talking about space age and all of that. So my space. So it seems like all that I'm the space in which all that there is exists. Yeah. So I have a shop here. This is like a shop in the hilltop, and I've been saying I'm in the second floor, tiny house, and this is like my Himalayas in the city. Yeah. So I may have been a reincarnation of Parvati. Yeah. At least I'm a woman. So we have a history worth of stories. Yeah, a lot of stories, weaves, Vedas and all of it. So um, so I'm having a shop. Like she sells seashells on the seashore. So I'm like a shop, yeah, on the top of a hill. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Well, and I have a sentence that says, as I do weller and weller, my space gets better and better. Yeah. So I'm selling nothing in particular because I hit rock bottom nothing. And I found uh, it's so nice because my relationship with everything was getting better. So it's like my cup of life was deeply stirred. And then I found there is so much benefit to keeping it stirred. And every now and then regularly stir it and then reinvent my life, my relationship with all that there is, and then keep getting better. Whew. I have a technology for it. I call it no technology. Yeah. No thing dot like no like dot and circle. Yeah. No thing. No. Okay. So NOTH like health. HEALTH degrees of bettering. Yeah. So I call it nothing, no technology, yeah, or my I Ching, because love heals wounds over time, um, and in such a way that the Big Bang's concerned, multiverse is concerned. Okay, we keep the fission and fusion together. We have nice, healthy, natural breathing and all that. So we maintain the surface tension good enough. I will contemplate on the matter. I may have done a little too much, so I need to now reduce the pressure and improve the content quality, so we are not um, straining on the substance of the fabric of time space. Yeah. If I've done anything more to then uh, uh, repair damage, so that as you're healing, metabolizing, repairing fabric of time space, life sustainably becomes better. Yeah. So we are having our um, what window? Overton window. Yeah. So life is not having to, wash away the culture or send another pandemic or then, to have you think about what you need to think about. So we're continuing to be in business. Yeah. A business of everyday living. The business of being and becoming human and a humane being and enlivening life in the multiverse. The work continues. Yeah. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this has been of value to you. Uh, I hope you would contact me soon. Thank you. Good day.